So this is going to be the fourth video that I put out of the home workout series. This one is going to be the same as the last video that I posted, but with an added resistance band. Watch the next couple of minutes and I'll tell you how you can make it easier, how you can make it harder. So through these strength workouts, we're going to be doing 3 blocks of 3 exercises. It's going to be trisets throughout it. Going to be pairing upper, lower, core ab exercises. And like I said, body weight and bands, minimal equipment. But by the end of it, I'm going to prove to you that you can still have a really good and effective workout without any of the fancy stuff you find in your local gyms. There's different ways that you can work it through the weeks and as the weeks go on. If you just want to get started, you could do something like decide how many days you want to work out, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. Make sure you space them out a little bit. Get a rest day or 2 in there, so you could do a workout, rest day, workout, rest day, workout, rest day, whatever. And you can just start off week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Write it up if you wanted to. You could do 3 sets of 8 of every exercise on week 1. You could do 3 sets of 10 for week 2, 3 sets of 12 for week 3, and then week 4 you could do like a deload and go back to 3 sets of 8, or you could take it up again. You could do 4 sets of 8, you could do 3 sets of 14. It's completely up to you, and just mess about with it. Just see what you can come up with, and see what sort of ideas you can get in place just to keep it interesting and make sure we keep progressing as the weeks go on. The cardio side of things with burpees, mountain climbers, planks, square crawls, things like that. You don't have to do it for reps, we can do it for time as well. Just get the timer up on your watch, on your phone, put it in the corner of the room, put 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute on there, whatever you find challenging. Put that onto the timer, press start, and just go through it that way. So on some of them, there may be press-ups, there may be squats, and a plank altogether. So you could, on week 1, you could do 3 sets of 8 press-ups, 3 sets of 8 squats, and then you could do a 45-second plank. Also, if you find that the exercises may be too easy, then there's a lot of micro macro progressions that you can make to make it that little bit harder. You can start adding more reps, you can start adding more sets, you can start adding like partial reps, so you can do like 1.5 squats. So you'd come, there's the top of the squat, you'd come all the way down, then you'd come halfway up, then you go back down, and then you go back up, and that would be counted as 1 rep. You can do 1 1/4, you can do 1 3/4. You can start slowing everything down. Count yourself down. So you go down 3 seconds, you can do a pause, and then you can go back up 3 seconds, or you can go down for 2 seconds, you can do a 3-second pause, and then you can go back up. There's a lot of ways that you can play about with it, and there's a lot of ways that you can make it harder as well. If you need a little bit of a hand with this, just send me a message and we'll sort something out. So like I said, it's completely up to you. Just try and figure something out. If you are looking for a little bit of help, all you got to do, give me a message on Facebook, give me a message on Instagram, give me an email, reply underneath this video if you really want to, and I'll see how I can help you. Maybe we can have a quick chat, we can sort out a quick call, or just message back and forth to see if we can come up with a bit of a plan for you, and we'll just try and keep supporting each other as much as we can through the next couple of months and see how we go. Enjoy the video. Okay, so we're gonna use a resistance band, the lightest one that you can get. To make it harder, you can double it over, whatever. I'm gonna show you a couple of different ways that you can mess about with it to make it easier, to make it harder, and to adapt it to your home. Start off, we're gonna do a banded, either staggered stance or single leg RDL, okay? So I'm gonna double the band over, I'm gonna put it underneath the one foot that's going to be in front. So this is going to be a staggered stance. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to come up and use the toes of your back foot. Now imagine you're standing on eggshells and you don't want to break them. Okay, most of the pressure is on this leg, and all we're going to do, we're going to hinge over like we would a normal RDL, just below the knee, feel it right in the back of your leg, and then we're going to stand back up. Okay, so hips right in, so we're going to come down, just below that knee, and then we're going to come back up. Just below, and then back up. So we'll stand on the front, just so you can see as well. So we're going to put that foot back, and we're going to come down, hip hinge over. Remember, it's all from your hips, not your knees, and then we'll come back up. So you karate chop your hips, coming down, just past your knee, and then back up. If you're doing it right, you feel right on the back of your leg. Shouldn't feel too much on your lower back. We're going to do single leg RDL. So it's exactly the same sort of setup as your staggered stance, but what we're going to do, we're going to keep this leg nice and straight at the back, and we're going to keep it from toe to heel in a nice straight line. Imagine this leg's in a cast. So we're going to take it there, and we're going to come down, 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 just past that knee, and then we're going to come back up. Okay, so exactly the same, nice and straight. We're going to bring our leg down, bring your chest to the floor, nice straight back, and then back up. Same thing, you should feel it in the back of this other leg. So we're going to come down, 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 just past that knee, and then we're going to come back up. Okay, show you from the front as well. We're going to come down, 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 just past that knee, and then back up. Still karate chopping from the hips. We come down, 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 and then coming back up. Should be feeling it, back of your leg, maybe a bit on your bum, tiny bit on your back, maybe. No hurting at all though. Second part of this is going to be a bent over row. So we're going to use the band again. Now it's not going to be the best because a band usually makes the exercise harder where it's easier. Whereas with pulling movements, it makes the exercise harder at the hardest part. So it's not the best, but we've got to work with what we've got at the moment. So we're going to do bent over row now. So exactly the same, we're going to get the band. We're going to put our feet on the band, so we're standing on top of it. And what we're going to do, we're going to get that little bit of a hip hinge. So you can either hold it in the loops, or you can hold it down like this as well. So we're going to come in, so from there, into that hip hinge, and we're just going to roll all the way up, and then we're going to come back down. We're going to imagine that we can tap our lower back with our elbows, and we're going to come all the way up. Then we can tap our lower back, and then come back down. And we're just going to go for reps on this. Up, and then back down. Now you can make it harder, like I said, with timings and everything like that. You can do things like alternate, so you can bring up, and then we'll just do one arm. We'll keep that other arm up. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll do the same on the other arm. We'll hold it there. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Mess about with it a little bit, all right? Try and make it as hard as you can. Third exercise that we're going to do for this first block is going to be a plank. Nice and easy. We're either going to come down onto our elbows. Want to make it harder, bring your hands apart, don't keep them together, keep it there. Or if you want to make it a bit easier, we'll come up onto our hands and we're going to hold it from there, okay? So do about 30 seconds to a minute of this. Show you from the side. So we're going to keep nice and straight, head to heel, nice and straight. Exactly the same thing. If we come up, and we can hold that nice and tall. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can start messing about. Bring your hands down, walking them back up to you. Mess about with that as well. Okay, number 2, second stage, 3 exercises again. We're going to do, first one's going to be a banded pull through. Second one's going to be a square crawl. And the third one is going to be a dish hold. For a banded pull through, you need to get an anchor point. You can wrap the band around a wall or around door handle, anything like that, as long as it's got an anchor point. I'm going to use a kettlebell just because I'm in the middle of the room. It's a little bit easier, but just find that anchor point that you can put this strap to, okay? So, just going to put it through kettlebell. And then I'm going to bring it there. And then come on. Okay, so let me come back a little bit. So, with your banded pull through, it's a hip hinge movement again, okay? So what we're trying to get that bum squeeze right up, okay? We don't want to be coming all the way back, bringing the chest, it's all in the hips. So there and then back, okay? So, set our feet up, same sort of position as we did for the RDL. And we're going to get, if you want to make it harder, you get more of the band. And what we're going to do, we're going to let it come over. So we're going to hip hinge right all the way, hip hinge, hip hinge, hip hinge. And when we get to the bottom of our hip hinge, we're just going to pull up and squeeze a bum right into it at the top. So we come down, hinge, 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 and then pull it up, squeeze in at the top. Like I said, make it harder, get more of the band. So we'll come through, and then bring it up, squeeze at the top. We can do this staggered stance as well, so same as we did the last time. We hold it there. Toes like we're standing on eggshells. And we're going to come back, and then through. Back, and then through. So you should be feeling it all on this leg. Shouldn't feel much at all on this one. And then obviously you alternate. So you put that one forward, you stagger the other stance, and then we're going to come through, hinge, 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 and then pull it right up. Okay. Second one's going to be a square crawl. Now you don't need a band for this, all body weight. Can be a little bit hard as you go along. So if you spend 40 seconds doing this, it's going to be quite a lot on your arms and your legs, your core and everything as well, okay? Square crawl. You're going to set up on hands and feet. So I'll start from the side to start off. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep shoulders over your hands, knees underneath your hips, and you're just going to lift them a little bit off the floor. And what we're going to do, we're going to do opposite limbs. So my right hand and left leg are going to move at the same time. And then my other ones, we're going to do the same again, up, and then up. Keeping those knees just hovering off the floor. And then we're going to go sideways. So we're going to go over, 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 and then we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go back, 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 back. And then we're going to go to the side again. So we're going to go over, 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 and then we're going to repeat that. So we're going to go now. If you keep this up 40 seconds a minute, I'm a little bit out of breath just doing that. It's going to be a really good core, arm, leg, cardio workout as well, okay? So just keep going in just like a meter, 2 forward, 2 side, 2 back to the start, okay? Third one is just going to be a dish hold. So all we're going to do, we're going to start off on our back. We're just going to bring our knees up like this, okay? From there, we can now crunch into it. Now this may be enough as it is, but if you want to make it harder, all we do is increase the leather length. Just go as far as you can. If you can see I'm shaking at the moment because it's quite hard, and you want to make it harder again, we're going to start bringing our arms all the way up above our head. There, make it easier. Bring your knees into your chest, okay? Hold that for 30, 40 seconds. You're going to be shaking quite a bit. Last block, again, same thing, 3 things, 3 exercises, paired together, little to no rest in between, okay? So, and do wall sits for the first one, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna find a wall or a pole or something we can go against, your door as long as it's closed. We're gonna come down in to this 90-degree angle, feet flat on the floor, shoulders cut back, and then we're gonna bring our hands above our head. If you wanna make it a bit harder, we can start marching. We can lift one leg up. If you can, we can put one leg out just to keep all the weight on that one leg. Now, I'm shaking at the moment. It's quite hard. If you need to make it a little bit easier, slide yourself up a little bit. Takes a bit of the pressure off your legs. But just holding that for a couple of seconds is going to be enough in itself. Then we're going to play wall sits with mountain climbers. So what we're going to do, set up two hands like we were doing straight arm plank. And we're going to bring both our legs back, so we're in this straight plank position. And then we're going to start bringing our knees right up to our chest, one at a time. So we're going to go up and then up. Keep your back nice and straight. Try not to like shoot side to side and let your body wobble or whatever. Nice and straight. We're going to go up and then swap. If you want to make it a bit harder, we'll go for squat thrusts. So just bringing both feet up at the same time, okay? So we go up. Up to you. Want to make it easier? Just do the mountain climbers. Want to make it harder? Go for the squat thrusts as well. Okay. The last one for this is going to be a side plank. It's the third one. So all we're going to do is set up on one side. You can obviously do both sides. Just going to show you the one. So we come up onto this. Shoulder is going to be over your elbow. I'm going to come into this like a fetus position. From here, and what we're going to do, we're going to start off on our knees. You want to make it a bit easier, and we're just going to bring our hips through. So we're going to lift the hips up and come in. So this is the first one. This can be quite challenging on its own. And then we'll bring our hips back into the floor. And then we're going to bring it up onto our toes, just to make it a bit harder. So come up, the feet here, and we'll bring our hips right up. And then we hold this position, all right? Nice and straight. If you want to make it a bit harder, start doing some dips to the floor, then back up. Up to you on that one. And then if you want to take it up again, you can go up onto your hand instead. So we're going to come up onto our hand, nice and straight, holding that, and then we're going to come down, and then back up if you want, okay? So use those hips all you can, or you can just hold it, and that's going to be enough of a workout as it is. Obviously swap over to the other hand so you get both sides equally, and that's workout with a band.